every single session. It's so much fun.
Actually,
good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. Welcome to Bringle Blended Meetups and Blended Learning Platform. Myself, Anshav Jain, founder of Bringle Excellence UK and India, would like to invite and thank you so much for invite Bruhad, and would like to thank you so much for completing the first batch of design thinking practitioners today. And Bruhad, I know it has been a wonderful journey so far, and I was also part of one of your sessions, and I could see the energy, the love, the enthusiasm within the practitioners. So I would like to know something from you, and if you can kind of showcase a little glimpse of what these practitioners have learned in the last two months of their journey, and how their journey is going to continue further, and how they're going to add value in their organizations.
Hi, everyone. Firstly, happy Independence Day to all of you, to the practitioners and all those who are listening to us live or who will watch the archived video. It has been a fascinating journey, let me tell you that. And trust me, it is not because of me. It is because of these people who you see on the screen over here. If the enthusiastic participation doesn't come from their side, I will, end up being that same boring trainer, like, hum bolte ja rahe hain aur log sunte ja rahe hain. So the beauty of this program is that, the participants over here who are now going to be practitioners in, less than 2 weeks time, they've put in a lot of effort. They've questioned me on places where, they felt that it was not, they were not finding it, कि हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं, where are we leading? But once they knew where they were leading, they just hooked on to it so quickly, because they didn't understand right at the beginning how complex this this entire journey. I've made it purposefully and not made it simple, because if you keep it simple, sometimes the value of that entire piece goes down. So the practitioners have been amazing throughout this entire journey. What we've done in the past 3 months now, actually, it's not even 2, it's around 2.5 months, is more than the theory. We focused a lot on application and practical pieces, wherein every week we come for 2 hours, we exchange ideas, the practitioners go, they implement something and they come back. And of course, I will want each and every practitioner to say something about these, the experiences that they've had. But to give you a very quick idea on what the practitioners are really doing is, 3 minutes back before we were going live, we were discussing something and suddenly design thinking came in. One of the practitioners is an expert baker, all right? And this person bakes cakes, and she stays in Navi Mumbai, and I stay at Kandivali. So I said, I need that cake, and she says that pura cream pighal jayega. And I was like, you have to figure a way out. Boss, you're a design thinking practitioner. And one of the design thinking practitioners said, how might we redesign cake to be more portable? I like, wow, pehla wala session yaad aa gaya, and it was fantastic that these things are staying with you. So I want to thank all the practitioners first, and Anshav, for the wonderful platform that you've provided. And I can go on talking. So the next question is to the practitioners. One by one, if you could tell us what your experience has been. Number one, interacting with me as a facilitator. And number 2, about the learning experience that you're going to be taking from here. So how has been the entire journey? How has been the entire experience? And if everyone could go one by one, that would be great.
Okay. So hi everyone. I'll start off with, I'm Jitesh Runta. When I started for enrolling for this course of design thinking, I was actually wondering whether it is something related to a particular field or how it is. I had no idea about it. But when I spoke to Anshav and Bruhad about and how this can transform me and help me in future, I decided to just go in for the course. And now when I've done it, almost to the end of the course, it is, I would like to say that it's not just limited to a particular field or a particular industry. Like if you are an HR expert, or you are a science expert, or you are an IT expert, or you are a commerce expert. But this design is something which which gives you a completely different angle, and it will be with you for lifetime to read problems, to overcome challenges, and to think of skills. How do you take challenges? How do you think of problems for those challenges? And this is not one time, this is not for a particular industry, but this can be used anywhere and everywhere, whether you are in your own business, whether you are on a job, whether you are a student, whether you are looking to start a career, or whether it is your personal life, your family life, anywhere you can apply this, and this will be a long term with you. Okay, so this is not like, once you retire, you cannot use this, something like that. Talking about the faculty over here, like, when we do our regular courses and the faculty just, gives us the theory lecture and then tells us to prepare and gives us a homework or test, and then we do that and the course is completed and we are all left alone to, do it in the real world. No, it was not like that. With Bruhad, it was like from the first session, it was that, it was not at all theory. Theory was given to us, to read, but every session was more of a practical session where we were able to actually use the real life scenarios, real live experiences with the experts. How do companies, talk about how the sessions happen, how the design thinking overall works in real life scenarios. So that was what was shared with us by the faculty, which actually, today gave us this confidence to, start on with the real life and, take the challenges immediately from next week onwards, once we graduate.
Fantastic, Jitesh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those kind words. Really means a lot. Really means a lot. Yes. The others, if you could share your experiences.
Yeah, so may I? Yeah. So design thinking was a concept for me earlier, and I was not even aware of, like, I have read about it, but I was not aware of what exactly it was. And through this entire course, I feel it was not just a course, but it was a change and a shift of our entire thinking process from a critical thinker to a design thinker. Just like Ruhat gave an example, like we were just discussing how the cake can be portable. So actually, it is happening that every time we are facing a challenge, not only challenge, but our daily routine also, we are thinking in a design thinking way for the same. So we are having a holistic approach through this, and the course is absolutely helping all of us. And with respect to, if we speak about Bruhad, he is very, very friendly. He's a family now. And for anyone who wishes to join the course, I would suggest you to get into this, because you will find a friend, you will find a guide, a mentor, everything. But he is the one who will give you a total new way of looking at things, a totally new perspective towards life. So I think this is a very, very positive. 5 stars is a very less rating for this. I can give you 100 stars for this. I think it is a great thing to do.
Thank you so much, Bhakti. Really,
To
really
add
sweet.
your Bhakti, definitely I would rate Bruhad more than 5, because he is the only reason why I joined the design thinking course today. And definitely it is really going to help me in my job. Basically my job is into learning and development profile. So definitely this design thinking is going to help me see the I mean, every time we need to do some or the other strategic activity. So definitely this design thinking is going to help me here. And really, I mean, Jitesh, you were absolutely right. I mean, you said that the sessions every time we see are mainly not that connected. And here, Bruhad is being a trainer. He is so connected online, offline. As and when we need him, definitely he's always there. He's a really very good trainer, I should say. And yes, I really enjoyed this design thinking journey, and I have really got a very good experience with my colleagues also. So Bhakti, then Neolin, and then Jitesh, Vibha, we all have got we got connected only because of our trainer. So
Right.
yes. So thank you so much, Bringal Academy, for giving us such a good trainer who really helped is in our journey of design thinking. Thank you.
Thank you, Shabnam. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. Bhakti and Shabnam, thank you so much. It's good. I don't have words, but yeah, thank you so much. It really means a lot. Really means a lot.
Rohad is one of our, one of the mentor who is already a Titan mentor. So in Bringle Academy, we have 4 levels of mentors. With they graduate themselves from one level to another level to the third level, and Bruhad is actually at the peak of that. Our graduation system or our mentor thing, which we call as Top 100 Mentors Club. And Bruhad,
Yeah, Anshav,
Congratulations, brother.
he has to be there because he has so much in him. Really, I mean, I have been interacting with him since now like 2 years, I guess, Bruhat. So yeah, definitely fantastic trainer he is. I mean,
yeah,
So
so
yeah,
he's
the
while
knowledge. I mean, trainer. He is not every time theoretical. He is a trainer with experience, I should say.
absolutely.
So he
so while
also,
you guys are getting So while you guys are getting certified, I'm being grilled by Answer. वो बहुत ही tough questions पूछता है मेरे को, saying that do you really deserve to be here? And I'm like, yes, I deserve.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah.
let's Vibha, Nolan, yes,
So, can I go?
please Vibha, yeah, go on.
So, for me, Bruhad is a very old friend. Okay. I know him from last almost like what, 5 years, 6 years now?
Yes.
Yeah. We have worked together. We have been a very good friends. But I must say that when I joined this course, I got to know that, okay, matlab, he actually made me change the thinking. I started with something new to learn in this pandemic, so that we don't get into that straight line. Somewhere you should even pick that line of learning. And definitely this course, Bruhad, has helped me the way Shabnam and Bhakti said, it changes the way we think. It changes the way we approach the problem. So problem, what person is saying and how we approach it may get into a completely different solution, is what we have learned over here. And definitely learning with him was a real fun. Um, I know he's my friend for the life, and I'll thank Bringle. And also, we have got friends now for the life, even like Bhakti, Shabnam, Jitesh. I know I'm not sure when we'll meet face to face, but at least yes, we will be in touch forever. And for so, really, thank you, Bruhad and Bringle, for this lovely platform.
You will be part of the community design thinking thinkers always forever. We will have more and more people joining in into this, so we will always be together. So we will definitely have many more sessions coming forward like this.
Yeah, Vibha, thank you so much. And coming from you, it's it's really lovely, because we've had our share of nice fights when we were working together. It's a completely different side. So it was honestly an honor for me to for you to believe in me and come for this session. So thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me. Yes, Nolan.
Oh wow! I mean, this is a very different experience. The Bruhad, as I've known him, I really never knew him, not like the rest of you. But I'll tell you what I know about Bruhad. In the previous organization that I worked for, Bruhad would do trainings for us, and he would ace every single training. And whenever it came to design thinking, and by the way, at that time I did not know what design thinking was. It was just a topic. It's just the name of a topic. And he would come back with this 5-star rating, and the kind of feedback we got was so amazing. People were jumping off of the seats. And then that was the contact that we had. I moved on from there, and then I'm very thankful, Bruhad, that you got in touch with me and asked me would I be interested and in joining this program. And while I'm really very interested, and I'm really a person who supports and advocates learning programs, because there's no other way that we can keep in touch. And then I jumped on this program not knowing that I'm not going to be able to do it. Meaning that I thought Saturdays are going to be free, but I'm not free on Saturdays at all. And here's the thing. Now, here's my learning from this. I don't know how much I've learned as yet, a way to go. But I've heard this thing called disrupting market, and it was just words for me. And then in this program, I'm really a baby, and I have to go from step 1 to step 10. and I'm still at step 1 or maybe step 2. But then I've already heard words at step 10, which talks about disrupting the market and failing fast to succeed fast. Now those were, now I realize that those were just words, and there's a method to this madness, if I may say so. So I'm learning, and I'm thankful I'm here. I know I'm the slowest learner of the batch, but hey, come on, sometimes I can just be a cheerleader, yeah?
Okay,
Yes,
thanks.
of course.
And trust me, I mean, you're no longer as behind as you think. All right, the conversations that we've had, after the session, probably, at 8:39 in the night, you've got a good grasp of things. So that's something that it's commendable that you can catch up on those things. Before Anshav takes over again, one question to all the practitioners here. Uh, what made you believe that this is a practice that you can apply in any phase of your life, be it personal or professional? So, at what instance or at what point in time did you start believing that this is not only for professional, or this is not only for one particular piece, but I can also implement this in my personal life, and I've started seeing that change? So, if you can go one by one, yes.
Okay, for me, basically, the first thing that hit home for me was, um, and I asked you even yesterday or day before, when you talk about the biases. I think that's the base for everything. And somewhere all along in my life, even though it was at the very base of my heart, but then we never really paid conscious attention that we are biased. And for me, I think that is the beginning and the journey all through.
Right. Okay.
So, Brohad, I think the method, the approach, the method, which the processes which you had explained, those processes, those methods, those tools, definitely we can use both in personal and as well as in the professional
Yes.
life, because I'm using those now, and yes, I can see they help, in both the aspects, like professional as well as personal. So the methods are really very, very clear, and they can be used, yes, in both the ways.
All right. Okay. Fair.
Okay, so I mean, I feel that as Shabnam rightly said, the method and tools, they're not pertaining to a particular industry, and they're so easy and so simple that you can apply to your own life challenges, or whether it is a job challenge, business challenge,
Yeah.
or any personal challenge. So those tools, the way they are designed, the process how they are designed, they can be applied anywhere, everywhere, and throughout the life, not to a particular age. So this program will definitely help in the long journey till the last day of the life.
So the main
Great. Thank you.
tool which definitely will help you in both the ways, personal as well as professional, is stakeholder map. So so that tool in design thinking have helped me a lot. Yeah. So design thinking can be used in both ways, in every aspect. I mean, yeah.
Why I believe in design thinking now is because of the experience that we have had during the entire course. It was not theoretical. Every tool, every method, every concept, we were actually doing it. We were not just studying it, but doing it. And that was the thing that clicked all of us, because
Right.
we were experiencing it live. Even if it was an online session that we had due to the COVID issues and all, but we were so connected to each other. We were really experiencing it, everything, every single moment. And that experience is something that everyone should have, to understand that design thinking is not just to be implemented in corporates, but in personal life as well, and in every situation that occurs in our lives.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Vibha.
Yes. So in my way, just um,
Vibha, you're not audible.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's audible now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way I said that, for me, this whole program was like how you approach the problem. So for me, it was always like if there was a question which I used to ask, probably those question what to myself or to the user was not framed properly, which I learned to like dissect the each thing, which can actually the problem what looks was A, and probably what actually solution what we feel was इसका solution सिर्फ B या C हो सकता है, नहीं उसका solution XYZ भी हो सकता है. So that's how I have learned the whole process. So definitely very different experience and different way of thinking it is. It's an actually designing your thinking. The way it works, it exactly helped us in designing our thinking. So definitely it cannot be when you actually something has been designed in yourself, which is thinking of yours, it cannot be just limited to your professional life. It has to connect with your personal life. So definitely, in my view, this can be applied in professional and personal.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, all of you. I think and it's been a wonderful experience for me because let me tell you that I had a particular structure in mind. All right, when we started off the first 4 weeks, it was properly as per structure. Then I won't call it a mistake, but the design thinker in me said, let me challenge myself, and I asked asked the practitioners as to would you like to do something different, because I have a structure in mind, and all of them jumped at that opportunity. All right, let me tell you, literally jumped at that opportunity and said, "Okay, ठीक है, आपका structure वक्चर सब ठीक है. Can we do it this way? Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this?" And I'm like, damn, why did I ask this question in the first place? But अब पूछ लिया है तो अभी design thinker का बनता है कि you have to change it, and that is how we adapted the entire second phase and the third phase to suit the live sessions in a way that the participants can get that flavor of the live piece. And that is the beauty about design thinking, is you can mold it the way you want to if your thinking is in the right way. So this is why I always say that design is not what it looks like, but it's how it works. It is not a methodology, it is a mindset. And thank you all of you for challenging me at every step, because I have learned so much that I had to create these scenarios for you for the live sprinting. Otherwise, we generally have this immersion में हम handhold करते हैं, we go to your problems, we solve those problems. So to all the viewers who are listening to us, there are 3 levels. The first level is learning, wherein we give them a lot of theory, we give them a lot of back end support in terms of what design thinking is, how design thinking can work for you, and the participant workbooks. The second piece is the application. All the tools are given to them. The complete toolkit is given to them. And those toolkits, we explain to them how they can use those pieces. And the last part is called immersion, wherein we do live sessions or live hand holding, individual and group, depending on the preference of the participant or the practitioner. And trust me, by the time we reached application and we started using the tools, the practitioners are like, let us start practicing right away. And that changed the way we approach this particular piece. We've changed things on the go, and that is the beauty about this practitioner program. So if you join our program, all right, we have a structure. It will be completely different from what we've done with batch one. Of course, the content remains the same. मेरे को मारना नहीं सब लोग मिलके. The content remains the same. However, the approach will be absolutely flexible depending on what you require. This is where we are going to be launching our Super 30 batch soon, and Anshav is going to be telling you about that. But before we give it to Anshav, heartfelt gratitude to all of you. Jitesh, Bhakti, Vibha, Noelin, and Shabnam. I think you guys have been wonderful. It has been an amazing experience with you guys. I know we're going to be in touch because I'm not going to leave you guys for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be pestering you. But really, really, thank you from the bottom of my heart for believing in me, for believing in Anshav, believing in the Bringle platform, and believing that our certification can add value to your life. So really, really, thank you so much to all of you from the bottom of my heart. Anshav, over to you.
Thank you so much, Burhad, and all the design thinkers here. I think Bhakti, Vibha, Jitesh, Noelin, Shabnam, all of you had been a really, really, I think working on this, I would not say hard, I would say rather, very, very smartly on this. And what I could see right now is that everybody is having a cheering faces, and they're actually feeling the experiential learning part of it, which is typically is the first impact or first requirement of design thinking. Because if it's always dependent on to the mentor or the trainer who are with you. who can make it a very interesting topic, the most boring subject in the world, or there can be, a mentor who can make the most boring topic to the best of interesting and best of learning experience for somebody. And in my opinion, blended learning is all about that. While we have been connecting over online, it is not just about connecting over a Zoom call, connecting over a Google Meet or a GoToWeb, whatever the video conferencing facility. The blended learning, the experiential learning is totally different experience, where you use the platform in such a manner so that you have the assignments coming in, you can experience the kind of comfort wherever it is. There could be, times when you would like to go through the things on your own pace. You might have missed the class sessions, you might want to go back to that. And in that entire effort, neither the mentor nor the mentees, the students or the trainers, they should not be bothered about the technology. They should not be bothered about where to upload, where to see the documents, what to do, what not to do, where to answer. All these things is what we take care at Bringle Academy platform. And that's where our thought process is. And of course, we are fortunate to have mentors like Bruhat, who has given a wonderful experience to all the design thinkers out here. And we started this as a trial, how it is going to go. And me and Burhad was just thinking that, what to do for this. And because I come from a lean Six Sigma or process excellence background, so I've been aware about these aspects earlier. We always have this concept called design for Six Sigma, wherein we learn the concepts of design thinking, the stakeholder mapping, the activity analysis, and things like that. But I think design thinking per se is a very good innovation in the industry, because they have literally changed the structure of the designing part of it. While we work on operational excellence, you focus more on, once you have a set up a process and then you kind of develop it and grow it and make it more profitable, productive, and efficient and things like that. But design thinking comes in from the perspective that in any time, if you want to challenge the status quo, and that is one of the aspects which comes in all the, operational excellence or quality DNA, which is required in any organization, in everybody. So design thinking, if you have that mindset change, and if that mindset is right, then you can do anything in life. Because the first thing has to be there, that you have to envision the things which does not exist today, or even if it exists, they're pretty hazy. So how do you bring that into a structure, use them, create it, probably a 5 years, 10 years, 15 years blueprint for yourself in life, and see how you will move on. And that is where I think the visionary leadership comes in. The vision which we talk about it, everybody keeps talking about that guy, Steve Jobs was a visionary, Bill Gates was a visionary. But how did they do that? How did their mind suddenly work? How could they see something which nobody else could see that earlier? It's all because they had that visionary mindset, and that mindset is very, very important. If you know where you have to lead, if you know where you can go, you can define the steps around it. And I think with design thinking approach, you can design those steps. You can first of all envision what you want to do. You can design those steps, and you can even monitor them one by one, and see how it is going. And that is how beautiful this methodology is, coupled with lean thinking, which gives you a more frugality, which gives you more, excellence or a transformation aspect into it. It becomes a complete mindset for any individual. If you have these two thinking hats wearing with you, design thinking and lean thinking, no organization, no business, no individual, level of work, whatever you are doing, will have a challenges. Everything will be successful. You will be able to make your team grow. You will be able to grow yourself. You'll be able to grow your organization. You'll be able to set up a good startup or a business. You can grow it in your, make it as a large corporate, anything for that matter. So it's a very beautiful combination. And that is where, you know, Bringle and Bruhad, now along with Bruhad, now we are actually bringing in together a program called Designpreneur, which is basically a program for both intrapreneurs, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners. Whichever field you are in, it really doesn't matter. What matters is that you are able to envision what you want to do in life, you are able to create your path, and you are able to execute it more efficiently and effectively. And that's the beauty of this entire program. Anyway, so that the purpose is not to talk about that program, but want to more specify about the importance of design thinking in life. And I think thanks to the the first five practitioners which we with whom we started off, who have done a wonderful job during this journey. And I'm actually very excited to look forward for the case study which you guys have got, and how are you going to come up onto the same. So which is going to be really a part of the challenge which we are looking at and helping out the businesses and the people out here, because the whole aspect right now is all about holistic transformation, be it the people, be it the organizations. You have to have the holistic transformation mindset, and that mindset cannot come in unless you have the components of design thinking or you have the components of the lean thinking. While design thinking covers almost most of those things which are required for you from a mindset point of view and people development, the lean thinking captures it more from a process excellence, digital transformation, and your valuations in in terms of your financial value generations part of it. So it gives you a complete holistic understanding for that. And Bruhad, I just want to share one thing about Bruhad. I think I have seen his one of his classes, which he was conducting. Lively classes. I would not say lovely or awesome. I would say lively. And lively is something which is like really gives you a feeling of, you know, I act, feeling that you will always get hooked onto it. I actually joined that session just to get a little understanding how is it going, and I couldn't resist myself to continue it for the entire 2 hour session. So that's the kind of beauty, and that's a kind of experience you get in when you have the right mentor and you have the right platforms available. So thanks to all of you again, once again, for being part of this, and looking forward for our next batch, which is going to be super 30 batch. We are trying a little massively different approach right now. We are trying to bring in, but we'll be selecting people out of this. It will not be anybody and everybody would be joining in out there. So we are targeting around super 30 batch for that same, and we'll be very focused on to the sales areas where how you can increase your sales, or even if you are working in organization, or you are having your own setup, you can actually grow much better from there. We are also would be working on a one batch on human resource professionals, L&D professionals, how they can do more of empathy, bring in more emotional intelligence within the organizations, how they can grow up the people development, how it can be beneficial for the organization. Typically, which is more and more going to be important right now, because skills crisis is going to be the big challenge, next big challenge. Uh, the third aspect is going to be for entrepreneurs who are the startups or business owners who are looking to set up their own businesses and trying to do that. So there'll be a very focused target segments, focused aspects into it, which will be working onto that. So looking forward to all of you to know to join that thing. We'll be starting up our series of webinar with Burhad on about the same, how and what they can benefit, and we'll be taking it forward from there. Bruhad, you want to add something out there?
Things I want to add. One is why we are selecting these people. I'll tell you the reason. You guys are the reason for this, because we want them to reach at least that level. You guys have reached an expertise level wherein you've become the benchmark for them. So if you guys are really free, then we would like to invite you to one of those webinar sessions wherein you take the session along with me, wherein you conduct the session, so that one is that you get an experience of how things will happen when you are conducting that session, and second is people will get to experience what you have experienced. So you guys are now the benchmark, and that level that you have gained is going to be very difficult for the next 30 to reach that level. All right. So trust me on that. I'm not kidding. You guys have done some fantastic work over there. So that is the number one thing. And the number two thing is, we would like to, go a little bigger in terms of these batches is for the reason that, we are trying to use a design thinking approach for the design thinking program, and we'll see how it particularly functions. So, with your permission, of course, if you guys are free, let us know if you're interested and keen on contributing to, these webinars, and we'll be more than happy to invite all of you, because end of the day, I'm sure after 2 weeks, you're going to become practitioners because you've reached that level already. So, if you guys are willing, then we will definitely we'll love to invite you and take those webinar sessions for us.
In fact, that's a very good, idea and thought process, Bruhad here. In fact, I would also want to explore how we can, if they have an interest or they would like to really lead this, we could probably lead, they can be support to the entire community of design thinkers, because they are the first ones who are getting into design practitioners thing. And from Bringle UK, and whatever the certification, whichever the certification they are getting in, that will help them to really grow much in their career, and they can really experience the learning, and they can implement that with our next design thinker batch, and specifically in their fields. So if you are from HR, you can actually work with the HR team, and that will actually give them a lot of ideas and suggest, support, not only for their, for they will be supporting them, but they will also get a lot of ideas for themselves. And eventually, who knows, it will become your one of the career path out of this, that is anyways, it's always open, because in this new world post COVID, everything is going to change. Everything has to be redesigned, and that is where you must have design thinking. You must be looking at how you are going to see your story, how you are going to create an influence in the ecosystem, how you are going to create your story around it. It's all about to create a new world right now. It's a creating a new normal. It will require a lot of design thinking, because unless you are able to envision in what is going to happen 10 years down the line, nothing is going to work. You cannot be keep worrying in your homes and saying, oh, what, when this COVID will be over, when will I start getting my business? Old methods are not going to work. It has to be completely new normal. And I think design thinking is the only way by which it can be the new normal, be it any field of the world. Be it the technology, be it finance, be it HR, be it sales, be it operations. The design thinking is going to be very, very important aspect. So Bruhat, thank you so much for being with us at Bringle Academy, and with this drive. We are looking forward to take this to a very entirely different level with you. And once again, I would like to thank each and every participant out here who's been such a great, I would say, the learner also has to be very, very good when you talk about trainings. Otherwise nothing can work out. So it has to be a two-way thing, and each of you had been a really, really experienced that and implemented that, and that is what it made this entire program really, really wonderful. And thank you for being there, coming on live at Bringle Academy forum. Yes, Jitesh, you want to share something?
To add on to you what you're saying, the reason why we were able to learn so quickly and understand so quickly and take on to a new journey was because that in this session, the training session, it was not like I said earlier, it was not like we are students over here and we need to adapt to the trainers module, but it was
Right.
the other way around. We were not students over here, but Bruhat was ready to adapt to the learner's way of learning,
So
how we
he's
wanted
actually
to
used.
learn. Yeah, so he's actually made us feel comfortable the way we wanted to learn. He's taught us that way, not the traditional way of how he wants to teach us and we have to learn that way.
Great. Thank you so much. I think that makes really, I mean, Brad must be really, on the ninth or 10th cloud. I don't know which cloud he would be right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But
No,
definitely, and I can understand that, Jitesh. because I know Bruhad's capability, and we have been actually working with him for last 3 months now. So quite a lot we know about him, and the kind of experience which I'm seeing over here, the smiles on everybody's faces, that really makes us also feel comfortable and really proud to have Bruhad on our Top 100 Mentors Club platform. Thank you so much, Bruhad, and thanks everybody. Wish you a very, very happy Independence Day. Looking forward to have an Atmanirbhar Bharat with a design thinking approach. I think it is going to be the future. Combining it with lean thinking, making it as a designpreneur, everybody has to be having a design thinking approach. So if you are looking for growing your business, looking for growing your career, design thinking is the thing. And wait for our next announcement. We will start series of webinars, and then we'll take it forward from there. Thank you so much, and keep bringing, keep growing.
All right. Bye bye. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.